Hello and welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you at my normal live stream time, Friday Pacific, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you're at in the world right now, bookmark this time, mark it in your calendar. This is when we get together and talk about any and all things vegan related. So I want to start off right off the bat. I remember I saw Peter was asking if I'm going to do a vertical live stream tonight. Well, yes and no. Not here on YouTube. I was trying to figure that out, and it's going to be more trouble than what it's worth. But I'm sending a vertical live stream right now out to our TikTok channel. I mean, I've never really done any live on TikTok before. Angie just basically makes a lot of posts there, and the channel's building. You know, we don't really spend much time trying to grow our TikTok, but it's got like 1,400 followers. So why not? I thought I'd just send this out to TikTok and see if anyone wants to come and ask a vegan anything. So we'll see if anyone's even going to watch on TikTok. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. So we'll see if we get any comments from TikTok. But for everyone else watching, you guys know what's up. What do I have on my hat? Good question. I'm surprised I've never worn this one before. At least I don't think I have. It's something I got from the Beyond Meat people when I saw them at Products Expo West. You know, it's their little logo with the animal made out of a leaf sort of thing. So that's what I'm wearing, a Beyond Meat. No promotion or sponsored thing or anything like that. I've just been wearing more hats lately. So, you know, that way I don't have to worry about like making my hair look good after getting out of the bath, after going to the gym and stuff like that. Why did I stop going to Products Expo West? Well, COVID shut that down for a couple of years. And after that, we just had no real desire to get back into that again, like going and showing off all these other companies' foods and stuff like that. It's just not, we're ethical vegans and we like to eat, but I'm not really, Angie and I don't want to focus on the food part like of other companies, typically really processed stuff. If someone else wants to do that, I'm not knocking it. It's totally cool. Just not the kind of thing that Angie and I want to be doing more content of. It was cool while we did it. I have no regrets or anything like that, but that's it. Just, moving on to new chapters of Happy Healthy Vegan. And looks like an elephant with wings. It's probably a cow made out of plants or something like that. So, I saw, I want to thank you guys last week for funding me the money to buy some of the new basketball shoes by Xero, Xero. And that night I went to go order me a pair, and lo and behold, in my size, which is 13, they didn't have any black. They have 3 colors in the low and mid tops. That's all they make. They have a black one, which I really like, a white one, which I'll take, and this weird like fluorescent yellow one, which they had in stock in my size. And I go, I'd rather not wear such a weird, trippy shoe. I just want a basic, most of my basketball clothes are black. So, a black shoe would just be perfect for matching. Not that I'm a fashion person when I play basketball. I just don't want to look weird with these crazy yellow shoes and my black basketball clothes. Anyway, I have some stuff that would mesh with that weird. I have some blue shorts too that wouldn't go well. Anyway, by the time the Monday rolled around, I'm going, okay, I'll just go and get the weird fluorescent yellow basketball shoes. I don't care. I'll just wear them and deal with it. Well, those were gone too. So I wrote Xero. And they got back to me really quick. They said they'll have some more in June. They didn't say when specifically. I should have asked them, like, and how will I know when you get more in stock? I guess I can write them back on that. So I would say thanks for your contributions to funding me a new vegan basketball shoe, and I'll get them as soon as they're back in stock. I'm totally committed. Let's see. I don't see anyone tuning in on TikTok yet. So anyway, so I'll just focus here. It's really cool the way it's integrated. Unlike when I did the simultaneous on YouTube, vertical and horizontal live stream, I couldn't see all the comments in one place, or at least I was too stupid to. But now I see a way to see all the comments here. Hey, Michelle, and TikTok, thanks for letting me know there's 3 people here. This is my first time ever streaming on TikTok. I've been streaming on YouTube for like 7 years or something like that. So anyway, I'm pushing myself this year to branch out and do more stuff. So it was a spontaneous decision today to link it up. So I'm streaming simultaneously on YouTube and TikTok. So if anyone's on TikTok like Michelle, feel free to say hello. I'm glad it's working. I had no idea if it was going to work or not. It's weird to stream on TikTok. You have to apply, you know. So I filled out the application process today. And Graven, yeah, you can see me here too on TikTok. Awesome. I filled out their application, and yeah, it let me through. It said it would take like a business day. They got back like an hour and a half. Angie let me know. I was cleaning off after, from going to the gym. So I got out of the bath really quickly, came and hooked it all up. I didn't think it was going to work, and it seems to be working. So hell yeah, I'm stoked. So cool. We have we have TikTok is the place to be. I see. Well, thanks for joining. So if this is something that you guys like, and this is cool for me because the way my streaming software is, I use Streamlabs. I have a button here where I could see both chats from YouTube and TikTok at the same time, which is great. I told you when I tried to go vertical and horizontal on YouTube, it was a big fail. I had to look between all these monitors and devices. It was a pain in the ass. So anyway, I'll just, it doesn't take me any extra work. I just have to hit an extra button when I launch the live stream. I don't make a new thumbnail or anything. Actually, I have to go and change the title. I noticed TikTok doesn't like long titles like YouTube does. Other than that, so I'm going to stream to both. So even if I only have a few people on TikTok, let me see if I can see how many people are on the TikTok right now. The TikTok live stream, that is. I'm not calling TikTok the TikTok. Let's see. Where do I see that at? 1 viewer, 2 viewers, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to keep it going. Just something to maybe grow over time or something like that. I'm not like trying to become a big TikTok influencer or anything like that. But anyway, yes, here we are all together. And and Graven's back here with us on YouTube. So anyway, it's great for your short attention span. I think it's making just social media in general and YouTube in particular are making all of our attention spans shorter. And it's not just like young people or anything like that, but young people, that's relative because I'm 57. So I'm just saying it's not like just Gen Zers or something like that. Even people in my age, Gen Xers, our attention spans are shorter now than say they were a decade or so ago. Not necessarily just from aging, just from how social media is. So anyway, cool. I'm glad this is working. I'll just keep doing this. Maybe after a year, I'll develop a live stream following there. I don't know. No idea. Just if, like I said, it doesn't take really much extra work. Just hit a couple buttons when I launch the live stream, and here it is. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, the Zero shoes. Thanks for recommending them, Peter. They have at least one NBA player. I think they may have another WNBA player, but one NBA player, Patrick Stewart, is wearing them, which is cool. I think he was like wearing their Zero drop shoes, maybe like recovering from an injury or cross training, and then they approached him to try out their new basketball shoe, and he seems to be moving quite well in them. And he's a big dude too, like bigger than me. So if it works for him, it should work for me. But he's a hell of a lot younger than I am. What's that? Vegan Isu. Ryan, you are amazing. Most of your age are slow. Most of my age are slow. What do you say? Most people in my age are slow. Well, I'm not that fast either. I've had better days as far as my brain power goes. That's why you see like chess grandmasters stop competing, when they're after like maybe 30 or definitely by 35, 40 or so, because, you get a little slower as you get older. It's not because they're vegan. Point that out, It's not anything to do with that. Oh, cool. Travis, you like the Zero HFS shoes. What are the HFS shoes? I don't really know too much about Zero's line. I saw they had some nice, just cool looking shoes to wear out, to look stylish. They had their running shoes, their sandals, which put them on the map. And now they're basketball shoes, which I think are way more popular than they thought they were going to be, because I don't think they made enough, because they're sold out till June in most sizes. So anyway, that's cool. Good for them, bad for me, but I want some new shoes, and thanks for you guys for making it all happen. Let's see. I don't know anything really about Ayurveda. Who was asking about that? No. Okay, full more music. Your friend might be moving in, so you can't just sit around anymore. Right now, your friend's moving in. Let's see, Jay, you got your boots from Willie's vegan shoe store. I never heard of that before. Wow. And Varlas, you got a new pair of barefoot shoes. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, barefoot shoes definitely have their place. I like shoes without a lot of junk and making you angled up like you're on heels or something like that. I'm exaggerating. I'm saying I like the things that are pretty flat. And that's one thing I can't wait to try about the Zero shoes, because my basketball shoes put me at an angle. I don't like it. I've adapted to it. But anyway, I'm quite excited to try them out. Uncle, you found a new vegan obsession. Mango, peach, salsa. Yeah, I think I've had that a few times. Let's see. Hey, there's Zinger on TikTok. Welcome to my first TikTok simulcast, YouTube and TikTok. You missed the old YouTube days when veganism was in its prime in 2014. I don't know if veganism was in its prime. Vegan is a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation, but oh gosh, no, hang on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Where's the be right back button? Where's my be right back button? Here's be right back. Oh gosh, okay, everything's cool. No tragedies or anything like that. My mom wanted me to dig up some info for it. I'm working right now. I just can't go F around right now for your jollies. I'm doing stuff. So, anyway, let's see. Let's get back to it here. Sorry, that took my momentum away. I hate when people just expect me to be ready on call at moment's notice and to drop everything I'm doing, even if in the middle of a live stream. Anyway, that was my mom. Yeah, her husband, whatever's buying a car right now, and he doesn't know his social security number. So my mom thought she'd call me to get it. I go, I don't know it. I'd have to go dig through a bunch of crap. I just can't find it instantly. I'm working right now. She knows I do this every Friday. Or does she? She has a horrible memory because she's old. Anyway, I shouldn't be mad at her, but that just stressed me out. I just been having so much stress lately, guys. It sucks, you know? But anyway, you guys don't need to know about my stressful life lately. And anyway, let's see what else you guys talking about there. Let's see. I see you guys talking about the HFS shoes. Is that just a style of shoe there or something like that? Uncle, did I talk to the AC guys? No, they're done. They're totally done. I have a brand new AC system in here now as we speak. They were here the past 2 days, like from, like 9 in the morning to 5 past couple days. So yeah, that's been part of the stress of this week. There were some minor issues that we had to deal with during the install. It wasn't just like I could sit around and just be brain dead and just play video games while they're here or something like that. I tried to get work done, and that was hard because they asked questions. Anyway, the AC, yeah, we have a brand new AC system put in. So yeah, we'll be ready. We're ready for summer now. Whatever God or nature or the universe throws at us weather-wise for summer, we'll be ready, and we won't be screwed, hopefully, this time when the biggest heat wave of the year comes and your AC breaks down the day before it hits. So anyway, yeah, we got that taken care of. I told you last week we'd probably have a new AC by the time you guys see us today. So anyway, Peter, you have 3 Zero shoes. Prio, a slip-on, a trail hiking shoe that's also waterproof. Awesome. Okay, HFS is Happy Feet Shoe, or Holy F&S. You're never ready for summers in Florida, Graven. I heard they're no joke. I heard it's like super hot, super humid. It's just a horrible combo of uncomfortableness. So I have compassion for Florida people in this. You guys have to deal with in the summertime. The cats will love the new AC. The cats love being warm. So it's actually it's a heat pump and an AC. So haven't really tested the heat out much yet. The technician installer guys did that yesterday. Seems to be working fine. I just put it on for a few minutes in here before starting the live stream just to see, just to check it out. I just let them do their stuff yesterday. I haven't even bothered like going through and testing all because they tested it all. So I turned it on for the first time just about half an hour ago. Let's see, the sun feels like it's trying to boil your skin. That's where I got scun. Sun and skin is scun. It's trying to boil your skin off the bone. That doesn't sound all that fantastic. Actually, let me look on the multi-stream. Okay, no one from TikTok. But anyway, I'll just keep streaming to TikTok. Like, why not? Let's just keep it going. See if people will come and ask a vegan anything. Let's see. The Canadian election, says Peter, results are going to be this Monday. We might get a new prime minister. Awesome. Uncle, yeah, it turned out to be a nice afternoon today. Yeah, they're saying like we might get some rain tomorrow. Let me just take a quick look at that. You know, some light rain in the morning. That'll kind of suck. Yeah, around noon when I'll be driving. Yeah, oh well, sucks. What can you do? Anyway, do different lentils taste different? Gee, I don't recall. I mean, like the different, like there's orange lentils and maybe like a reddish lentil. I think they're pretty similar in taste from what I remember. Peter says, in Canada, getting a new prime minister is not a good thing, though, because that means the Conservatives are going to win, and he's like the Canadian version of Trump. Wow, okay. What is going on? Huh. Well, hopefully he's not cool with becoming the 51st state or anything like that. He'll fight against that. Green lentils taste earthier, says Varlas. Yeah, maybe so. Huh? Hey, Jay, you made pink tofu from red lentils once. It was perfect. Wow, pink tofu. Yeah, I don't see that every day. I like all lentils. I like all legumes. Honestly, I haven't met a legume yet that I didn't like to eat. Legumes are awesome. Let's see how my TikTok thing's going real quick here. Let me just take a quick peek. Here. What's going on? Let's see. Okay. I've seen a few comments come through on TikTok that I didn't see on my streaming software. Maybe all that stuff happened when my mom was interrupting me. But let's see, where are the TikTok comments? I saw them there when I went to the TikTok page. Maybe this thing ain't working perfectly yet. I apologize. If anyone is commenting on TikTok and I'm not answering you, try it again. It just could have got lost with the YouTube comments when I was like, had to deal with other stuff. So anyway, yeah, comment. I want to get you guys to, I'm not ignoring you. I want to get to your questions or comments or anything like that. Let's see. All right, let's not get too much into politics, but thanks for sharing the Canadian political situation. Uncle, do the different colored bell peppers taste different? Yeah, the green ones are really harsh. I can't stand them. They're just really gnarly. But yeah, red ones are like way better. You know, I used to think I was like bell pepper intolerant or something like that. No, I'm just not tolerant of the green ones. They're kind of gnarly, but yeah, Jay likes them all, but me personally, I can kind of deal with the yellow ones, but yeah, no green ones. It's all about the red bell peppers. Yeah, Nikki agrees. Yes, green bell sucks. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess it's too raw or unripe or something like that. That's what makes the different colors. Something like that. So anyway, let's see. I saw someone just ask a music question and it got deleted. So you can ask it again. You can ask me music questions because, in addition to being a live streamer and vegan activist, musician, I've been that for way longer than I've been either of those other things I just mentioned there. Let's see. What else you're talking about? Yeah, Sonny, I'm not sure if you all capped or anything or foul language. Is that your comment that got deleted about the music? If you, I thought I saw a totally legit comment, and my bot, my computer bot thing took down the comment. So I apologize, son. Just ask it again. Maybe you made a typo and misspelled a word that freaked it out, because I have like swear words. Like they have a database of swear words or something like that. Ableton or GarageBand. I don't use either, to be honest with you. I use Logic Pro. I mean, sometimes I'll screw around in GarageBand, and sometimes I got a demo, like I think an 8-track limited version of Ableton Live Lite or something like that. Been screwing around in a little bit, but no, I mean, I live and breathe Logic Pro. I've been using it since 2007, I think, something like that, you know. So once I leave Logic, I can kind of, Ableton's the weirdest of the bunch. I was using Pro Tools before. Pro Tools is my digital audio workstation before Logic, so I could probably still use that if they haven't changed the UI too much. But yeah, Ableton's kind of different, and that's what makes it cool. But no, I think in Logic, it thinks the way I want a DAW to operate. But yeah, Ableton kicks ass. I know a lot of producers make great stuff in it. What's my take on the controversy sounding VCO? I know you're not talking about voltage-controlled oscillators and synthesizers, so what are you talking about there? Let's see, make sure I'm not missing any TikTok comments. I apologize if I'm not seeing your TikTok comments. I'm supposed to be seeing them here, and I'm kind of not. You know, I'm going to make a comment on TikTok and see if I see it. I'm going to just do a little test here. Hello. Let's see if I see it. Okay, I saw it. I see Socialcrats sent a message I didn't see. I just must be missing them, because actually in my my software, the TikTok logo is really hard to see. The YouTube is the big red play button, and TikTok is just, you know, it's a square with a little T in the whatever in the middle. It's kind of small. Hey, little quinoa, yo to you. Cool. Thanks for joining my first simultaneous YouTube/TikTok live stream. So yeah, anyone, TikTok, YouTube, you know, want to ask any questions about veganism or anything, you know, like that, this is the place we get together and do that sort of thing. Okay, Peter, he's talking about the vegan campout controversy, because the claim that the person who runs it isn't vegan. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. You know, this is the first I've heard of vegan campout, and the owner of it, whatever, the person in charge of it, is not vegan. I don't know anything about that. I don't know who does it. I've never been to it, so I would be completely inappropriate and pretty much ignorant of me to comment about something I know zero about. So yeah, sorry, I can't give you any extra opinion on that. Megatron, I should have been on here years ago. You're probably right. I probably should have been, but I don't know what the reason is. I don't know. You've been vegan almost 10 years and you still have your Keep It Carb Baby recipe book. Awesome. I'll show it to everyone who wants to know what he's talking about there. Our Angie's first book, Keep It Carb Baby. Yeah, a lot of great recipes in here for sure. But yeah, we've kind of been eating more from the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbooks book. So your luck, if you don't have this yet, we have it on sale. We dropped it down like on a Black Friday a couple years ago from $25 to $17, and we just want to sell them now. You know, we're not looking to like profit big. We just want to move them out and maybe just not sell physical books anymore. But yeah, $17 from our website. I'll go get the link right now. I haven't changed screens yet. This is cool how I can do this on the live stream. So anyway, let me go to the Happy Healthy Vegan store, happyhealthyvegan.org. There's all our books there. You can get an immediate digital download. But if you like the hard copy, I will paste the link. Let's see. Let me see if I can do that. Our books. Oh, let me see if I can do it to both. Let me try this out. I've not done this yet. I think I can send it to both YouTube and TikTok. Let me try this out. Let's see if it made it. This is a first for me. Okay, it made it to I don't think it made it to TikTok. I'll just type it in there too. Darn, I thought that would be awesome if we could make it to book. Oh, it did make it. No. Anyway, it's there. If anyone wants to get any of our books there, it's just basically, whole food plants, it's whole food based, not like processed meats or anything like that. If you want to eat on the healthy tip, as we prefer, and stuff that's not like a big deal to make. You don't have to spend hours preparing all these dishes. In fact, usually they're just like one pot wonders, as Angie calls them. So anyway, yeah, I just put the link down there. If anyone gets our books, we fulfill the orders. We print them up here locally by a company called the Vegan Printer. So yeah, cool. Let's see. Let me see if I missed some comments there. Yeah, Little Quinoa, the spiral-bound book is the best. It stays open on your kitchen counter or wherever you cook. It just stays open, unlike just a regular bound book. The spiral, the spiral spine, you just lay the pages flat out and it stays there. Perfect for a recipe book. And it's probably more economical too, I imagine, than getting it bound all hard. Anyway, it's the uncle. I see you both on YouTube and TikTok. They're almost, but not quite synced. I'm not logged into TikTok, so I guess you can't comment there. Oh, cool. Thanks for checking. I was wondering how offset they were. But even with on the same platform, like two people will be watching on YouTube at the same time, and they'll be off by a bit. It could be 5-10 seconds or something like that. So there's no such thing as a live stream, so... I mean, it's live, but, there's always a delay. There's latency and stuff like that. No, you found Moby's cookbook at a Dollar Tree store? Awesome. Let's see. Ryan says, Peter, Ryan, I'm going to time anyone out talking about controversy around being in vegan campout. The person who runs it already made an entire video about it. Cool. Well, what you could do, Peter, is since you're a moderator, you have the privilege, the ability to paste a link to a YouTube video. So why don't you go paste that for people here if they want to see with the what you call him, the person who runs it, I'd say it's a guy, right? His response to the whole matter. So yeah, let's not spread rumor and controversy when the matter has already been sorted out, or at least addressed by the owner, and you guys can get someone who knows way more about it than I am, the owner, the guy who runs Vegan Campout. Yeah, and Graven, he's like me, didn't know or doesn't really care too much about like Vegan Campout controversy. It sounds like it's a good event. It sucks they have dumbasses like Russell Brand going there and stuff, and now he's so anti-vegan. But that's what happens when you play the game of trying to court celebrities, because celebrities 98% of the time are flaky, they're very self-absorbed, and, veganism is not really something that works well with most long term. It might be cool for a short bit, but, anyway, well, it sounds fun, Milo. Learn how to boil bread in a double boiler. Soft, no crust, no acrylamides. Little Quinoa, any music I've been listening to lately, I recommend checking out. Yeah, I guess, you haven't been. Yeah, we talk about music quite a lot on this live stream, being that I'm a music producer and stuff. And Peter, thank you for posting the video link there. If anyone wants to check out the Vegan Campout controversy, the guy who runs it addresses the controversy, check it out there. Okay, he posted 2 videos. One by another guy, one by the guy who actually runs it. If you don't like their answers, go find another live stream. Okay, so everyone who's pissed off about Vegan Campout or thinks it's some kind of bad thing, I don't know what to say, but other people know way more. Go watch the videos. If you want to watch them right now, cool. But yeah, I listen to a lot of Korean music, Little Quinoa. A lot of, like, not just K-pop, but I do listen to K-pop, but like K-indie, just Korean music, Korean R&B, that kind of thing. So yeah. The latest band I've been really into is Monsta X, and for pretty much any band, K-pop or not, it's not like I like every song they made. In fact, some of the songs I really don't like that much from any band I've loved over the years. But yeah, there's a few Monsta X songs I just really just like loving. But yeah, I guess. But yeah, they're a little older. They're like BTS. They're at that age where members have gone to serve in the military. That's what happens when you're a South Korean citizen. So they've been on a weird kind of on again, off again hiatus for a few years. But I don't care if the band's current or not. Good music is timeless. So anyway, okay, yeah, I can see why you're angry about people bagging on vegan campout, but it's just a really great event, he says. Doing really great stuff for veganism, and some jealous people are trying to take it down. So why don't you tell us all, Peter? Is the guy who runs it, is he vegan or not? You know, just curious, you know, like to know that. So anyway, welcome all TikTokers. I'm simultaneously streaming on YouTube, where I've been streaming for like 5, 6, 7 years. I can't even count that far anymore. And TikTok at the same time. So welcome. You know, I should have been streaming on TikTok all this time, or at least the past like year and a half or two, when they've had this technology built into my streaming software that allows me to simultaneously stream to 2 platforms at the same time. So leave a comment if you're watching on TikTok. Let us know you're checking out. If you want to ask a vegan anything, be it if you're on TikTok or YouTube, ask, you know, any questions you want to ask, things you've always wondered, dumb crap your gym bro buddies told you, how we're all dying of deficiencies, anything. Yeah, just go for it and ask, and we have a conversation. Okay, so Peter responded to the vegan campout situation. As far as I know, the guy who runs it is vegan. You don't live with him, but you assume he is. Cool. All right, I'll take his word for it. Okay, well, Peter's saying some people said that being in vegan campout wasn't vegan because the tents erected might kill bugs on the ground. I mean, that's not what veganism is. Let's go check out what veganism is and is not. Veganism is more than just eating good food like what we're showing here in our book. It's actually, ta-da! My sound's coming out here? Yeah, there it is. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. I mean, yeah, we don't live in a perfect world. I might step on a bug sometimes. I might run over a bug when I'm driving a car or whatever, or bike, you know. It happens. Does that mean you're not vegan? Because, hey, when you're riding your bike or out jogging, you stepped on a snail, that guy's not vegan. No, it doesn't cover accidents. It's very specific. It says very clearly, a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So yeah, if a bug gets killed when a tent gets erected for a vegan event, or if you're at a vegan, like say a veg fest, you know, a vegan festival, and the food trucks come in and they crush a snail, is the event not vegan anymore? I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's not about perfection, and the accidents are not what we're talking about here. Accidents happen all the time. It's like saying, hey, you know, if the truck delivering produce to your vegan market crushes a bug, you're not vegan. No, it's an accident. Accidents happen. Why do vegans have to take the fault for accidents in agriculture? Why don't meat eaters? Or because no one should. It's just accidents happen. You know, it's like no one's responsible other than maybe if someone hit your car, then they're responsible. So anyway. Really? Sonny, you like asking these questions. I don't like either of those things you're asking there. I mean, they're both great guitars there, but I'm not really a big fan of either. Not my styles, really. But they're both like really like world-class guitars. Let's see. Graven, have I heard of Epix High? They're a fun K-pop group, and they cuss a lot. I don't believe I've heard them. I mean, it's possible I could have seen them on a show like Inkigayo or, you know, something like that, Music Bank. But you know, if not saying it's them, but if a band's performing and their song doesn't resonate with me, I'll just move on and forget. I mean, a few bands that have made songs recently on those shows. Was it called X Girls? Is that their name? Crap. I'm having a mind blank right now. Let me just check. XG. That's it. That's their name. XG. Yeah, an all-female band. I think they're primarily Japanese. So anyway, oh wow, do we have someone trying to spam our comments on TikTok? Wow. Let me see how to deal with that. This is my first time streaming on TikTok. I'm streaming simultaneously on both. So let's see, what kind of moderation controls do you get here? Let's see. Huh. I don't see what is possible as the moderator. Huh. Interesting. Let me just check one more thing here. Oh, here's my tools. All right, the person spamming. I got my first spam troller on TikTok, so I have muted the person for the entire live stream. I didn't even see what other options. Maybe I could ban them and stuff too. I just posted a bunch of pictures of me. You know, they're icons. Do you think that like triggers me to see an animation, an illustration, an emoji of like burgers? To me, when I see that, I see a Beyond Burger. In fact, that's what my hat is here, bro. You know, see your cow here? You could post a picture of a cow and it's made out of leaves, so I don't get triggered by bullshit like that. If you think that works, you're really lame, you know? Like, how old are you? Do you get triggered when you see an emoji or something like that? I mean, you know, if you do, you need to grow a pair and not like let little stupid things like that like bother you. If so, you're gonna be bothered by a lot of shit in life. Just giving you some advice from someone who's probably a hell of a lot older than you and has a bit more wisdom. I don't know, Uncle, that was my first time. That was my first time. So anyway, any people on TikTok, yeah, welcome. It's my first time simultaneously streaming. Hey, Michelle, on TikTok. Yeah, my first time trying to stream. I've been streaming on YouTube for more years than I can count, you know, and I just found I had the technology to stream to both YouTube and TikTok at the same time, so why not, right? You know, it's no more work for me. It's just checking a second button when I launch my stream. Super easy. Let's see. What else am I missing here? Let's see. Oh, Gravity. Yeah, Gravities. Yeah, you know, yeah, they're on the same label as Monsta X. Yeah, I haven't heard any songs by Gravity I have resonated with yet. They seem like cool guys and stuff. Yeah, and maybe Angie's found a song or two, but I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't think they've done acid, Graven. I don't think any of those young K-pop bands are doing LSD or mushrooms or anything like that. I'd be super. I mean, the way K-pop's written, like in 90% of the cases, the bands aren't writing the lyrics, and if so, they're writing a small part. Typically, the rappers more so than others. It's a group project, you know. So I really doubt they're speaking from their personal life point of view or anything like that. I'm super doubtful they have taken LSD. Trini, you were on TikTok for a little. It was nice and clear, and I looked closer. It's probably because this crop I have, you know, because it's vertical. So I had to make some adjustments to go from like, you know, let's see, does this all work out? Yeah, just little things like this, browsing the web. I had to do little adjustments to get all my things here that I do. I don't think I did a debunked, did I? Oh, I did. I didn't really fix it though. But anyway, yeah, all my little screenshots, or what are they called? My scenes and stuff. Yeah, I had to make a vertical version of them. So yeah, the crop will be a little different. So I should look a little closer, I assume. So anyway, guys, any questions? I haven't had too many questions about veganism tonight. Let's see. Let me see how it's going. There's definitely trolls on TikTok. Yeah, I saw, Michelle. There's definitely some trolls for sure. But no big deal. I was assuming there'd be some tools for moderators and streamers to handle trolls. If not, it'd be the freaking Wild West of hell. Because anyway. Raisin Bran or shredded wheat? I'll bite that one, Sonny. I like Raisin Bran more than I like shredded wheat. What is that, Milo? Darren Ryder has a sugar baby called Michelle from China. What is a sugar baby, and how is this person related to him? They have vegan Cheetos. I haven't had them, but yeah, the Vegan Rob's brand, they make a bunch of puffs that are like Cheetos, and the whole brand's vegan, hence the name Vegan Rob's. Let's see. Graven, yeah, you guys know all the vegan questions and comebacks on this plant, but the random trolls that wander in don't. So I'm surprised we're not getting too much of that, you know? Let's see. Let me actually try something here on TikTok. I'm going to see if I can pin a comment. I'm going to put my super chat link up on there. Let me try this out. Hey, TikTok people. It's my first time, by the way, streaming on TikTok. Let's see. Let's see. Now, I don't see a way to pin comments. Is there a way to do that, guys? All my TikTok people, let me know if there's a way to pin comments onto YouTube. Hey, we got our first super chat tip of the day here. KBird74. Thanks for the $5 super chat donation there. Much appreciated. You didn't even have a question for me, so thank you so much there. Did you come from TikTok or YouTube? Because I just right now pasted the link to our super chats on over on the TikTok stream there. So thank you either way, appreciate it. Yeah, it's our first of the day. Yeah, off to a really slow start today, but it's all good because you guys were super generous last week and funded me a pair of basketball shoes, which I wasn't asking for. That was just super generous and thoughtful of you. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way to pin it. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to pin it. I would. Yeah, let me try one more thing here if there's a way to do it. There's like some dots next to the comment, which would make me think that let's see. It doesn't give me any options. Oh well, I'll just leave it. No big deal. All good. All good. Okay, so let's see if I miss any questions. Let's see. So any questions? Nikki, what's the best veganism debunk question ever heard? What do you mean, like from a troll or something? Like how they think they have veganism debunked? It's funny, like about 2 or so hours before the live stream, I went through the week's dumb comments from dumb people. I think they really have some important debunking of veganism. I'd say, come to live stream, tell it to me. Maybe I didn't give them enough time, but yeah, they don't show up. They don't feel like defending their points of view. And I don't think that's what they're trying to do. They just want to just poop in the comments and move on. They've moved on to other stuff. But I like it when they actually come back. I respect them a little bit more. Rather than just being people who fling poop on the walls and run. But welcome TikTokers. My first time streaming both on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. And I think I'll just do it from here on out. It's really not too much more difficult. I have to look at the comments sometimes, make sure everything's cool. But yeah, why not, right? Unless TikTok kicks me off from streaming, I'm not getting enough viewers or something. I'm not sure what their minimum requirements are. But as long as they let me stream, I'll multi-stream. Why not? Let's see. So anyway, there's poop on my wall. I just flung some poop. Oops, wrong one. I just flung some poop. If anyone wants to poop on the wall, if that's the term we affectionately use when people just start flinging everything. One line of vegan debunking didn't work. Let me just try another one. Just flinging poop on the wall to see what sticks. TikTok could go crazy with trolls. It could, but I saw some good tools to mute people for an entire live stream. So great, I'm fine with that. As long as there's a way to deal with the situation. If you can't ban them forever, fine. As long as they shut up for the rest of the day, I'm good. Hey, A Mood. Ryan, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you guys are doing great. Yes, thanks for asking. We've had a kind of rough year. If you've been watching, if you haven't been watching our YouTube live stream, you would know all the weird crap we've gone through in the past like 6 months or so. Nothing tragic, just a series of just dumb things and expensive things. So anyway, I'm glad we're here doing the YouTube / TikTok simultaneous live stream, and like I said, I plan to do this from here on out. So Milo, I was asking what you meant about that comment about, you said Bjorn Ryder mentors students, the latest rising star goddess is like mentors. What does that mean? Students, like students to learn to be like vegan influencers or just YouTubers or something like that? Let me know. I don't know what he does anymore. I haven't watched his stuff in a long time. Lucci, are there any other variants of this hat? I don't know. It's just something I got from Beyond Meat a long time ago, and I'm surprised. I don't think I've worn it ever on one of my videos or live streams, which is stupid, right? You know, I'll wear other hats like my Cheshire Cat hat, which has nothing to do with veganism. Uncle, do we have room for any more LPs? Yeah, hopefully we'll be getting rid of a few soon. Angie's brother has been wanting some of her punk rock stuff, and I think he's coming down next month. I think he wants to see a band or something, so he might be coming by here, and hopefully he can take the records back with him. Okay, so his former girlfriend freely still makes vids too. Awesome, great for them. Let's see. So, all right, where's all the anti-vegan people? They're not, I see Graven keeps going back and forth between the two profiles. I mean, platforms. Hey, whatever you want to watch at, Graven's all good, you know? TikTok, YouTube, totally fine. Still wish I could find how to pin my comment. Let me try one more time here. Click these dots. Oh, just once. Oh, it lets me reply. I see. That's the only thing you can do. You can't like pin a comment up top. Okay. Now I understand what was going on there. I tell you, I really don't use TikTok all that much, let alone on a web browser. So, you know, it's all a bit unfamiliar to me. Yeah, hopefully AJ will join soon, Heidi, for sure. And Sarah will not be here tonight. She told us last week, and I know I communicate her a couple times via email strangely throughout the week. She's visiting her old neck of the woods, her old stomping grounds in Marin County. Let's see. Let's see. I don't think there's any trolls that Uncle's talking about on TikTok right now. I'm just saying it could go crazy with trolls. I mean, any platform could go crazy with trolls. We've had trolls go crazy here, you know, on YouTube and TikTok too. But it's my first time, so we've never had a big problem yet. Let's see. So, any questions for your vegan cult leader here? Any trolls lurking in the background? You're just itching to get on and say your bit, why you think veganism sucks, or how I suck, or how I'm ugly, and therefore that's why veganism is debunked, because I don't look great enough for your standards as a 57-year-old man or anything like that. Uncle, maybe OnlyFans? Do they allow a live stream from like this kind of live stream, just talking like this? I don't know. I don't think we wouldn't have any followers there. At least people have already started following us on TikTok. Like I said, it wouldn't be like landing on the moon like it would be on OnlyFans. You want to try to be a vegan troll, Lucci? You can if you want. Oh, Peter, I definitely remember that guy that said, "Oh, you wear glasses, therefore veganism debunked." I think he was just trolling, you know. Anything I said to him made no response. He just kept saying the same old crap. Hey, Megatron572 on TikTok. Thanks for joining on my first simultaneous or my first simulcast on YouTube and TikTok. He says, vegan diet, or she, I'm guessing he though, a vegan diet could cure the American health crisis. I don't know if it could cure it completely or not, but I mean, it would go a long way. It would reduce a lot of the illnesses that, hospitalize people, that kill people, that wreck our health, high saturated fat diets. You could do that on a vegan diet, I suppose, too, if you have a lot of coconut oil or but yeah, diabetes, stroke, all those risks of those are increased on a non-vegan diet. So anyway, yeah, great point. And thanks for sharing that. Let's see, Varlet. So I think other vegans promoting crank diets that will damage people's health or something other vegans should call out. Well, I have. You've seen me make videos about that. What's that guy, that raw alignment guy, saying every disease? He doesn't talk like that, but I'm just going to talk like that. Because I've seen now people will cut out things I say, take it out of context, and make it sound like I'm saying something that I don't believe. So now when I quote people who I'm not in alignment with their beliefs or values, I'm going to talk in a weird voice. So every disease known to man can be cured or reversed by a raw vegan diet, which is complete bullshit. That's just dangerous stuff. Gives people false hope that you have the solution to a health problem that, they haven't been able to fix otherwise. And I guess if you're on death's door, you got nothing to lose, but please don't have any illusions that this dude is going to help you because he says so. Anyway, yeah, good point, Megatron. Yeah, meat is the main cause of a lot of health issues for sure. Hey, Ryan, did I go to Veg Fest this year? Ask Alex. No, I haven't been able to go to any Veg Fest or anything. Maybe we'll go to SoCal Veg Fest when they do it again in around October or so. We know our friends of ours, we haven't seen them for a few years, but put it on. They're the people where we get our books print out, our Happy Healthy Vegan cookbooks. I have the vegan printer and his wife. Anyway, yeah, we should go. We haven't been to any vegan fest for several years. Peter, is Dr. Ken Berry a real medical doctor? Yeah, I looked into it because I responded to him for a few times, and he was talking about research and scientific stuff and he's not a researcher or published or peer-reviewed kind of an author who does peer review or anything like that. It says on his homepage he's like a rural country doctor or like a general practitioner in a rural area. So far from being someone who you would trust to be an authority as far as like the actual scientific literature goes, as far as what's the general consensus amongst all that. Is RFK Jr. scary for vegans? I don't see anything pro-vegan about RFK Jr. I mean, he's promoting like all these meat products and raw meat or milk or something like that, and injecting testosterone into his blood and stuff like that, like Joe Rogan. I don't see anything pro-vegan about him. I know a lot of vegans like some of the stuff he says, but I just see him continuing to support animal cruelty and exploitation. So maybe I'm missing something, but I'm not seeing it from what I've seen. So anyway, Kinsey just joined over on TikTok. Cool. I got 2 streams going on at the same time, YouTube and TikTok. Anyways, yeah, please feel free to comment. This is my first TikTok live stream. And I've barely made any posts on TikTok. It's really Angie that populates our content, posts our content to TikTok and Instagram. So anyway, what's that, Graven? Once a vegan was offered a free sample of fish in the grocery store and they said no thanks. Can you believe that? Yeah, I'm freezing and glitching. Anyone else get any freezing and glitching from me? Because what I see right now looks pretty good, but I'm actually not looking at the live feed. So let me take a look over on YouTube, see what's going on. It looks good to me. Let me know if anyone else is having any technical / glitch issues. All right, Pupsy, I'm doing well on TikTok. Way more people there. I'm gonna do well on TikTok. I should have came on years ago, huh? I guess I'm just an old guy, kind of set my ways. And anyway, I'm glad it's all better now. Cool. I'm glad the glitches are gone. My live stream had glitches. Veganism debunked, right? Because if I had been eating meat, there would be no live stream glitches. That's just how it works. Vegans have to be perfect, right? You still see the glitches, huh? They must be pretty intermittent because I'm looking now at the live feed. Well, that's pretty old part of the live feed. That's actually half an hour ago. Let me get to where we're at right now. All right, let me see. All right, it's looking good right now. Anyway, all right, so, but yeah, it's happened to us before. We've been in grocery stores, and they offer samples like cheese, and I just try to say no thanks. If they push it, it's like, I'm vegan. I don't eat that, And then they get pissed. Like, you're the one that was accosting me. I was just trying to peacefully, politely walk past and not get into a whole big deal about who I am, like what my beliefs are and stuff, But anyway, that's not my problem. Okay, glitching a little, nothing major. Okay. Alien activity, it could be. Did Dr. Kim Berry say that? He told his following that bacon, ham, and hot dogs were superfoods. See, that's why you want to trust the scientific consensus. Because I've said, any one person, even any one doctor, can go on their social media and say whatever the effing hell they want, right? But, and what they're saying is their own opinion. It doesn't necessarily have to be in alignment with the general scientific consensus, what the research actually reveals or shows or demonstrates. No, anyone just say anything. So that's why I tell people, like, don't just seek out the opinions of individual, like, medical professionals, because, like I said, that's the problem with individuals. They could be maverick rogue people saying weird, crazy shit. Find out what health organizations have to say. Find out what the general scientific consensus is. You're much safer doing that, because, like I said, if you just find one guy, all bets are off, or gal, how truthful and honest they're being, because they could be bullshitting you fully. So anyway, Varley, you saw a video on your YouTube about oats being bad for you. I haven't seen the research on that. I mean, sure, anything could be bad for you if you have like a reaction to it that normal, healthier, like just regular people don't have. It could be healthy for you too. And if you do it in too much of a quantity, too much of anything's a bad thing. Too much water will kill you, water toxicity. But anyway, for the most part, for all I know, oats are fine. Yeah, free samples are sus anyway, huh, Graham? But that's why one reason I don't like going to the Products Expo West thing, as Peter was asking earlier. It's just you're trying all these free samples all day, and it's kind of gross, everyone touching everything. I'm a minor germphobe. People are way more hardcore than I am. I just kind of get grossed out a little bit about that. So anyway, the sun is trying to kill you personally? How so? From its heat or from its ultraviolet rays? Because there's different ways of dealing with either of those problems. So anyway, let's see. Any more TikTokers joining? If you are, welcome. Thanks for attending my inaugural TikTok live stream, which is also happening on YouTube as well, where I've been doing this forever, basically, since time immemorial. Okay, check out Mike the Vegan's latest video in which he points to a paper that hid the fact that keto is terrible for you. Interesting. Yeah, are you all eating less bacon? Huh? That's what who's the fool I responded to yesterday? Oh, I forgot the Lakers are starting right now. Okay, but yeah, that was Alex O'Connor. Connor, the cosmic skeptic. Some guy said, "Oh, you're not in the same league as him. You can't talk about him. He's so much smarter." What did I get wrong? I don't care how smart a person supposedly is or isn't. They can be really dumb. They can be super genius. I don't care. Super smart people can say completely stupid things, you know? I mean, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's probably smarter than me. He's a freaking PhD astrophysicist. But he has been saying really stupid, incorrect, philosophically challenged things about veganism. So I don't care how smart someone is or how dumb someone is. I don't care. Those things don't matter to me. What matters to me is the truthfulness of things that come from their mouth or from their words about veganism. It looks like the Lakers are winning by 3 points right now. 1 point. So anyway, I'll be checking the game out in a little bit. It's unfortunate that they had to start a little early tonight. I guess they're probably in, they're in Minnesota. Anyway, yeah, Lakers, Minnesota, both tied 1 game apiece right now. And hopefully it'll be the Lakers in 5. At least get 1 game on the road and things will be looking good. So anyway, what else you guys talking about here? What's that fella, Marie? Dr. Eric Berg, another guy. I said, don't, and is he really a doctor? I thought he was a chiropractor or something like that. Anyway, again, that's why I say, just don't listen to what some one dude says. Look at what health organizations say. Anyway, he says that oats are bad for you. Your aunt loves him. He thinks he's a quack. And isn't he a Scientologist too? I've come to learn recently. And I think I saw a video from him recently. And people say, you vegans age so poorly. Didn't he age a lot in the past few years? Like more than probably what should have happened? I don't like to pick on people's appearances. I just kind of like, whoa, he's kind of looking kind of like things are rough. Anyway, I don't like to bag on people's appearances because people love to say stupid shit about me. So yeah, anyway, the golden rule. Oh. Yep, Lakers are down by 1, right? It's early. It's the first quarter, so this score will change, back and forth. Hopefully they'll go on a nice run. Okay, Carl, yeah, Eric Berg is a Scientologist, and yes, he looks a lot older. See, I don't watch these people. I just might come across them here and there randomly, and I'll just remember or just take note, like, wow, the guy looks not that great right now. And someone said he's a Scientologist. Is that true? That explains a lot. Yeah, and Saladino, I'm not bagging on him and his looks, but I'll say him making people fearful of sunscreen, even perfectly like natural ones like zinc, instead put beef on your face. I don't think it's working out for him if he's spending all that time in Costa Rica or wherever the hell he's at most of the time. I don't think it's working out. Those strong UV rays are going right through your freaking beef sunscreen with probably a UV protection of -1. Yeah, people love to talk how vegans look ugly, like there's not attractive vegans, pale, skeletal. I mean, there's overweight vegans, there's bodybuilders vegans. There's no one thing. And like pale, like what? You think that vegans, when exposing their skin to the sun, they're unable to produce a suntan? Like, how stupid is that? I mean, I personally have been taking better care and protecting my face more lately. I'm getting older now. I don't want any weird crap happening, so I've been putting more sunscreen on. So yeah, my face isn't as dark as it was, say, in 2015, 16, when I was running all the time, stupidly without much sun protection. But I could refer them back to my videos. Like, I had a great suntan then. Why don't I have it now? It's because of how my lifestyle and choices I've made. Hey, Thistle for you. Thanks for joining my first ever TikTok live stream. I'm doing this on YouTube as well, where I've been live streaming for who knows how long. I can go look. I'm guessing maybe 2016, 17, somewhere in that time frame. But anyway, yeah, here I am. As far as I know, I'm just going to keep streaming to both platforms. And hello, Lady Holloway Faye, for also joining my first TikTok live stream. Yeah, it's a simulcast on YouTube and TikTok. I figured, hey, I'm already streaming. I've been streaming to YouTube forever. It doesn't take me that much more work to set up my streaming software to go to both platforms. So welcome and thanks. If you have any questions and you're part of the happy family, awesome. So who are you on YouTube? YouTube, because that's a whole different name. Or maybe you've joined as one of our Happy Family, our channel members on YouTube. And not all of you guys are I see all the time. You know, you're not always in the live streams communicating with me and stuff. I know most of you guys. So if I don't know you, hello, welcome. Thanks for being part of the Happy Fam. We really appreciate all the Happy Fam and your guys' support. You're really helping us keep our social media going for us, because it's a lot of work, and the payoff isn't really all that big. You know, we're not in a big category, vegan activism, and we're not really into doing like brand deals and crap like that. I'd rather talk about our stuff rather than some other company stuff that I don't care too much about. So I'm saying, if you ever see me talking about some company stuff, it means I'm into it. Why in the hell would, I agree with you, Zena, I'm disappointed in Cosmic Accepted. Why the hell would he come back to veganism, though? Like, why? I don't think he has feelings about animals. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I should have pondered this on my video yesterday, but Cosmic Skeptic is one of those debate bros, right? Philosophy bros, as they're called. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying that's their thing. And I think he came to veganism through a logical argument. And he found, well, that seems pretty tight. I guess I should be vegan because of this argument. But I don't think he ever felt it in his heart, like having compassion for the animals. Like, you can give lip service and say that, but my guess, I'm just going out on a limb here. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. I really think that you're missing the feelings, the connection to the animals part. Because that video I responded to yesterday, I didn't really hear much of any of that except for his disdain for factory farming, and that's great. He has that, but it didn't really seem to have any reservations about killing animals that were raised in a different way. Like, it's all the same. They're going to get killed and slaughtered, and they don't want to die to become your meal. So I'm not sure if he really feels that and gets that part. I think it's just too academic and intellectual for him, rather than having some kind of emotional feeling, empathy, compassion. It all goes together for me, but I think for him, he's lacking more on the emotional part, and just more, veganism is a sound moral argument. I guess I shall be vegan then. I think it was something like that. Joyce's voice. Okay, thank you, Thistle, for you. I definitely know Joyce's voice over on YouTube. Can vegans be soldiers? Yeah, Johnny Bravo, who isn't on tonight, but yeah, he comes on. He's been a channel follower for years, and yeah, he's been in the military for several years now. I think he said it's not the easiest thing in the world, but he pulls it off. Uncle, do I still go to the farmers markets? No, they're year-round in Long Beach. No, they really screwed up. We really, really loved for the longest time the Sunday farmers market in Long Beach. And they totally screwed it up. They made it so difficult to park there now. It's a combination of building that Whole Foods, that new Whole Foods across the street. And it's right by the marina. And the boat owners didn't like how the farmers market people would take a lot of the parking spaces. They can't park easily to get to their boats and stuff. So they made parking just really hard, only in this really narrow, long area. And you end up parking like a mile away. It's such a pain in the ass. You go there, people are cutting you off for parking spaces. It's cutthroat. So we only go rarely, like a few times a year. In fact, thanks for reminding me, it might be cherry season. Are cherries in season yet? If so, yeah, that's when we go. We just really go during cherry season, like 4 odd weeks around this time of year, and start looking for cherries. So yeah, I guess now's the time. Shit, thanks for reminding me. Let's see. Do I own a good bike? Yes, but I don't bike to stuff. I was talking, I've mentioned this a few times, Peter. Yeah, I don't really cycle anymore because, it seems like sometime after COVID ended and people went back out into the world, and it's gotten steadily worse since then. People in general, not everyone, but in general, I'm seeing way more crazy, unsafe drivers out there. Just people just doing crazy crap. Like, there's a bunch of roundabouts near our street, little circles in the middle of the street that are designed to slow the flow of traffic. So to make the roads more friendly for cyclists. It's called a bike boulevard. But anyway, instead of slowing traffic down, cars just like accelerate through these narrow traffic circle areas, roundabouts, and they crash into them. I don't understand how people can't see a big freaking thing in the middle of the road with trees and signs reflecting off of it. They swerve and try to miss the roundabouts, and they hit the fire hydrant and went off one night. It was spraying water up like 100 feet for like 20 minutes. People just drive like crap, yeah, I'm not I just don't feel safe right now cycling on roads that are shared. You have to share with automobiles and trucks and SUVs and everything. So I'm hoping I can move sometime in the not so distant future and be near a place where I can go on a fully like non-automobile, just like foot traffic or cycling only road. So right now my bike's collecting a lot of dust. Hopefully I'll be able to resurrect it in the future. And Angie's got hers in the same way too. We're just not too, we're not just feeling too, we just don't, I don't think either of us feel all that safe right now, considering how crazy cars and road rage go hand in hand. You got that, V-Lam. Good to see you. And I'm streaming on TikTok right now. Let's see how the TikTokers are doing. Anyone else watching on TikTok? Where am I planning on moving to? Good question. Somewhere further north. I'll just keep it like that. West Coast, just somewhere further north, somewhere smaller. The Los Angeles metropolitan area, I forgot, like tens of millions of people. It's just too crazy. There's too many people here. Way too many people. And lacking in nature. If you're in the Bay Area, I'm thinking about going somewhere a little bit north of there. But yeah, still in California, but still having access to like the Bay Area. If I need to go see a concert or something like that, odds are they'll come through the city or Oakland or something like that. But yeah, I want to live somewhere where there's more nature, like all around. I leave the town I'm in, and there's nature everywhere. Here, there's no nature. Just it's town after town, suburb after suburb, then a city here and there. There's not. It's just I'm kind of over the city life, Alex. Yeah, totally. I just want to live somewhere where there's less people and more outdoor living. Outdoor space and nature. So hopefully I'll be able to pull this off in the next few years. We'll see. There's a lot of things I got to line up right. But anyway, that's kind of the plan. Carl, talking about cyclists and cars, it has to do what they are on, like drugs or roads or anything. I agree, roads can be dangerous for cyclists. Yeah, they totally are. And they've always been dangerous for cyclists, but right now I perceive them, and I think I'm right, as being even more dangerous than ever before. So like I said, I'm just going to wait till I can live somewhere where I have easy access to like protected cycling only roads, and I'll get back into it then. I look forward to that. That sounds totally fun. Sounds like a retirement committee where there's less people and more nature. I mean, that could be. I wasn't thinking a city that was a retirement community, even though the city I'm thinking of might have some stuff like that around there. But anyway, you meant drugs. Yeah, we have protective bike lanes here too, but sometimes the protection is very minimal. It could be like little green cones and stuff like that. So things that cars could just swerve right through and not get impeded in any way. So I really want to go somewhere where there are no cars. That's my goal. Hey, thank you. It's now for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Just hit. Let me see if the voice to text is text to voice. You just hit 11 years vegan. Awesome. Catching up to me. Your content was extremely helpful in the early years. Thanks, man. Awesome. And we're still here. Our content has changed a lot since like 11 years ago. Now I'm just really focused more on responding to anti-vegan misinformation in the media. I just responded to Cosmic Skeptic right before that. Who did I do? I'm going to do another Paul Saladino video again. It's going to be unlike any one I've done before. So I think I'm good this week, Peter. Angie actually gave me a good idea. So I'll share that with you guys next week. Run for mayor of Long Beach? No freaking way. I ran for city council, as you know, a few years ago. So I see how the political system, the political machinery works here in the city, in our city here at least. And you need a lot of money, seriously, to run for mayor. I'm not joking. No bullshit. You to have a fighting chance of running for mayor of Long Beach, you would need a minimum of $100,000. I'm talking minimum, not just to have a fighting chance, to have like a winning chance. Double, triple that. Seriously, you need a lot of money. And I'm not sure there's any wealthy organizations or businesses or patrons here in the city that would want to fund me to be their mayor to the tune of all that money. So, I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't want to be stuck here. If I win, then I got to keep living here. I'm kind of over it here. Let's see, Varley, she went vegan New Year's Day 2019. I'm one of the first vegan channels you found. Awesome, Varley. Thanks for sharing that. What's that? Zenus in medicine, HHV is human herpes virus. Yikes! I'm kind of bummed you shared that with us there. Oh, thanks, lady. Holloway Faye. Yeah, no, I don't want you to keep your money. It's a waste. It's like basically, funding someone like me to run for mayor here. You'd be wasting your money. There's better things you could do with it. Odds of me winning are slim because there's some well-funded candidates out there who have a huge a war chest of money, like our mayor, who our former mayor. He's gone now. He's working. He's a representative now in Congress in Washington D.C. But he still has a ton of money he gives to other local candidates here to keep his policies in place. And that's who beat us all and me when I ran for city council, was the candidate he handpicked and endorsed and gave a bunch of campaign funds to. And she was a former police officer, so she got the endorsement of the Long Beach Police Officers Association, which they can just put as much money into it as they want through some workarounds. There's they can bypass campaign limits, contribution limits. Anyway, thank you there. I just saw was it Fulmar Music? Did you just give some memberships there? I see. So thank you. Let's see who got them. Let me see what's going on. Random Stuff with Vicky just got the gift from Fulmar Music. So thanks for being a stream. A happy fam. Let's see. Well, Fulmar Music. You forgot Streamlabs. Let's see. Did they censor you or something like that? Yeah. Streamlabs is a better way to send a super chat tip. I'll take it anyway. Yeah, YouTube takes, I think, around a 40% cut. Streamlabs, you get the whole thing. I mean, there's a little bit taken out because PayPal takes out their PayPal processing fee, but still, for all practical purposes, yeah, Streamlabs is very creator friendly as far as if you're going to leave a super chat tip. A crypto address to super chat tip to. Oh man, yeah, I'm totally out of. I'm not invested in any crypto and haven't been for several years now. Just too weird. Oh, Uncle, you know who Suja Lowenthal was? She's the city manager of Hermosa. I saw she's working across town now. Yeah, she was the District 2 here. She was our representative a few representatives back. That's the office I was running for. But yeah, she was already gone by then. I know exactly who Suja is. Yeah, so you got to deal with her now. Not saying she's bad or anything like that, but she's a lot. Okay, let's see. Hummus Pizza. Hey, Johnny, we're just talking about can you be vegan and in the military? I said, yeah, ask Johnny Bravo if he comes on later. But Hummus Pizza has a question. Not trolling or anything. Okay, thanks for getting that out of the way. But I was wondering, at least on YouTube, not TikTok, but I titled my stream, I refer to myself as a high testosterone vegan in the video title. Yeah, non-deficient, because I had more space in the title. So what else could I put in here that would like trigger some people, Has it been measured to be higher, or do I attribute it to my lifestyle? Both, actually. I have my blood test videos. If you want, I could paste a link to the playlist. And in that playlist, one of my I have two videos where I got my testosterone tested, so it wasn't a fluke. One time I just measured total, and a lot of people said, well, that doesn't mean anything, you need free and total. So I went back and got another test, free and total, and both times they were way higher than they should be for a man in his 50s. They were at the levels of what people like Joe Rogan are aiming for. He wants his levels to be, he says he doesn't want them off the charts crazy, he just wants them to be at the testosterone producing prime years of a male, which is around 29 something like that years old. And that's what mine are. Mine are would be completely fine and normal and average for a dude in his late 20s, early 30s. And I don't do anything. I don't get shots in my ass like Joe does or anything, Joe Rogan. I just live a good lifestyle. I think it is a decently healthy lifestyle, eat good foods. And then the research bears this out. It shows that high protein diets either lower or suppress testosterone. It has a negative effect on your testosterone levels. I'm not sure how it scales or anything like that. I'm not avoiding proteins. I eat tons of legumes. We have legumes pretty much on a daily basis. But I guess compared to like someone like Joe Rogan, he'd probably have a higher percentage of that macronutrient. But anyway, yeah, it's lifestyle, maybe some genetics thrown in. I don't know. But yeah, it's a true thing. It's backed up by my blood labs. I have a playlist on the homepage of our YouTube channel, blood tests, or Ryan's blood tests. There's maybe a dozen videos or so in there, so you can see all my blood tests, but look for the 2 testosterone videos. They're in there, it's backed up, it's fully true. And again, I just put in the title just to have some fun. I'm not sitting here bragging or anything like that. I don't give a shit, you know. It's just, I know some people are triggered. A lot of anti-vegans and just regular non-vegan people mistakenly believe, oh, if you're vegan, you're going to be weak and sickly and have low testosterone. It turns guys into women and whatever, you know, just stuff like that. Johnny, you don't have to have your testosterone measured. You're like, what, 23 or something like that? I'm sure you have great testosterone. Yeah, something like that, Johnny. Free and total. Yeah, free might actually matter more, but mine were high in both. They were proportionately high for, you know, the age range. You know, they're you know, both fine. So anyway, let's see. Hummus wants to know, low testosterone is associated with bullying, which might explain why non-vegans act how they do. Who knows, huh? Milo, yeah, I'm totally for like restricting carbs in some areas. It's gonna be hard here in the United States where carbs are like sacred, basically. So anyway, let's see. VLAM, is high T even a good thing? Has high estrogen is definitely not a good thing. I don't know. I just as far as I know, the levels that I have naturally is what dudes that do testosterone replacement therapy are often aiming for. So if that's what they want, if they want to try to achieve what I'm just doing on my own without any interventions of any kind, I guess it's all right. I've never really asked a doctor about that, you know, like, hey doc, are these testosterone levels like bad? Are they too high? They weren't like off the charts high, VLAM. They were good, they were strong, but they weren't like unreasonably high, like indicating there's some kind of problem with my body or something like that, you know. So I think I'm okay. Yeah, Varlas, yeah, have them check your hormone levels. Just ask your doctor, say, I'm older, I think you are, right? And yeah, say, yeah, it'd be great to check my hormone levels like once in a while, right? Instead of not knowing, like just in case we can catch a situation now and deal with it. I agree, Fulmar Music. Women are great leaders, and I wish we had more women leaders. Is that too DEI to say? Am I get banned now? No, I'm just saying, I've you know, too many like asshole dudes. I'm saying there's too many asshole men out there. I just kind of would like to have a few less asshole men trying to run everything. I know there's asshole women too, but they seem to be in a lower proportion. Let's see. Oh, I haven't been looking at TikTok. My bad. Shit. Crap, I kind of lost track of TikTok. Let me see if TikTok's going okay here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, no, TikTok's been kind of chill. All right, cool. Actually, let me do one more thing here. That's all I got to do. Okay, my bad. I'm still trying to get used to being able to moderate 2 live streams at a time. It's not that tough, but I just have to keep some things in mind. Johnny Bravo, your knees have been hurting from all that training. Veganism debunked, right? You know, if you've been eating meat, your knees would be singing zippity doo-dah, right? So, yeah, I wonder if AJ's going to pop in tonight. But yeah, Sarah should be enjoying her. Hopefully she's having a good time. Yeah, but right when she got there was this big tragic car accident in Marin County. Like 6 teenage girls. I think they all went to the same high school or middle school. A car swerved in front of them on a blind corner, I think. And the driver of the girls, who was also a young girl, swerved, hit a tree, and 4 of the 6 girls died. I think the car caught on fire. People are trying to pull them out. It was just kind of tough. And she kind of knew. I knows one of the mothers of a survivor. So there's got to be some crazy stuff going on right now. So you're watching, Sarah. I'm thinking about you and what's going on up there. It must be a real tough tragic, time for everyone right now in Marin County, especially for all the victims and their families. 4 out of 6 girls died that night, teenage, all from like the same school. It's tragic and sucks. Anyway, not to be on such a bummer note there, but what else you guys talking about there? Yep, Johnny, you just debunked veganism on your own there, man. Good job. Just joking. Yeah, Uncle, this is why I want to get out of the area too, Uncle. Uncle says, there has been a car chase in SoCal every day for the past couple of weeks, even today. And that's why, about 4 weeks ago to this day, I was nicked by a dude, a maniac, who crashed into like 12 cars here in my city on a high-speed chase. I'm just sick of this shit. Why are there so many freaking high-speed chases all the time? So researching the area that we'd like to move to in the future, hopefully, we looked at like how often do they have high-speed chases there? Very rarely. Like on any given year, there's probably 0. I'm going, yes, that's my kind of place where you can drive and not have to worry about some freaking maniacs driving like insane maniacs, not giving a shit about anyone's safety, and just not pulling over when they need to pull over. So yeah, it sucks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Your friend lost her family members in that New York plane crash recently. Well, I didn't know about that, Heidi. It's been a shit year, shit few months, man. Hey, Blood Rose, what's that? The YouTube carnivore obsession with testosterone makes you think of Shakespeare's quote, "Methinks the lady doth protest too much." Let's see. I haven't seen any TikTok comments in a while. So if anyone's watching on TikTok, on my inaugural TikTok multi-stream along with YouTube here. That's, my YouTube's my old hangout where, we've been doing this for a long time. But TikTok, hopefully we'll get some more TikTokers in on the Friday live streams. Airborne school is going bad for you? I didn't know you were doing airborne stuff. I didn't think you did air stuff. Am I wrong? I thought you were a ground person. Johnny, your uncle lost a friend of his in a car accident. Sorry to hear that. Redlocks, you here for YouTube? Awesome. What's up, Bella? Your theory is that humans can go vegan, but most people can't currently tolerate it because of unknown gut issues or ever issues at the cell level that need to be addressed. Well, that's an interesting theory, Bella. It's not a known thing that if you're eating a balanced, sensible vegan diet, you're supposed to get gut issues. And people can get gut issues or sensitivities from anything, just as in plants. So, if you already are sensitive and already have gut issues, it's possible the way you're constructing a vegan diet might not be the best for your situation, but there's nothing inherently about eating plants that like triggers like gut issues. However, though, that I take that back. If you're for a long period of time, like doing something like not good for you, like just not eating any cooked food, just eating fruit for a long time and fasting, that I've seen those people, I've made many videos about those, I'm no longer vegan people that were doing exactly that. Hey, that vegan teacher's here. Awesome. Haven't seen you in quite a while. Thanks for joining us, Miss Katie. Thanks for all the work you do to help animals. You're very welcome. Caught us on a chill night and a special night. It's the night I decided to do a multi-stream to both YouTube and TikTok. So this is the night of my first TikTok live stream. So you've joined us on a historic night for the Happy Healthy Vegan live stream. My first multi-stream to 2 platforms. And, I know, you got your start on TikTok big time, right? So here I am, 6 years later. I'm slow to the game, but why not? I figured, why not just, since I could stream to both platforms at the same time, why not, right? It doesn't really take me all that extra work now that I got it all set up. So I'll just keep doing it. It's just a start, you know, my first one. Maybe it'll keep growing over time. Who knows? I have no idea. But like I said, it's no big deal. Just no S off my A to just have a multi-stream. So anyway, yeah, hello TikTok people. I'm here and keep coming back every week, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, Vegan Teacher, thanks to everyone here supporting the channel, for sure. Thanks, yeah, everyone, seriously. Yeah, thanks to everyone who's been supporting our channel. And if you're new and you want to keep supporting our channel, just be here. That's all I ask. You know, just come participate, or if you're too shy, just kick back and enjoy the friendly conversations that we have here. They're generally pretty friendly. I try to keep this positive because there's so much negativity in life and in the world right now. I don't want to use this as a platform to breed hate and division.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. Someone just bought a classic pullover hoodie. We don't even know who it was, but thanks for buying the Happy Healthy Vegan classic pullover hoodie. Not a great time of the year to get it because we're about to enter the warm season, but I wore that quite a few times this winter. Oh, and you also bought a classic long sleeve tee. Okay, a little more practical for the coming months. You can always roll up the sleeves if you get hot, but thanks for buying 2 of our items. And someone just bought a t-shirt, the Vegan Cult Leader shirt right before the live stream. So thanks for supporting us, guys. Let's see. What did Vegan Teacher say? Contact me to let you know how to do the streaming from both. Yeah, I don't know if you which software you use, but I'm using Streamlabs OBS. So I'm not sure if you use OBS or it just goes like straight off the iPhone and the YouTube app or whatever, but I'm using Streamlabs. And little known to me that like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, they introduced a new feature into it to let you, for free, without having to sign up for a premium, to be able to stream simultaneously to both a vertical format live stream and a horizontal at the same time. So yeah, you just have to enter in like which 2 you want to stream to. It's pretty easy if you're good with Streamlabs. It's not too hard to set it up. In fact, setting up TikTok was really easy. The hardest thing I had to do for TikTok, really, I thought I was going to have to enter all this technical info like stream IDs and URLs. No, none of that. I just linked the account and I had to apply to be a TikTok streamer because I'd never streamed on TikTok before. So that was pretty easy. So that's kind of the gist. I don't have any expert knowledge. I just hacked it together today. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that show people how to do it. I watched a couple just to help me out with understanding how it all works. Let's see. Oh, speaking of TikTok, are any of you guys commenting there right now? No. Okay, I'm still glitching sometimes. I wonder why tonight's live stream has been glitchier than normal. I should check to make sure that I'm connected via wired Ethernet as opposed to Wi-Fi because I told you the past couple days we had the air conditioning installers and technicians here and they're working in the walls, and I have an Ethernet cable coming from one room to this room going through a wall. Maybe something got dislodged, so that could affect my bandwidth and therefore my strength of my streaming connections. I'll check it out. Yeah, I didn't think about that at all. I'll do a test right after to see if I'm getting full bandwidth or not. Oh, you're going out for a few weeks for vacation, just like Sarah. Have fun. I didn't know so many people vacation this time of the year. I'm jealous. Well, have fun, Johnny. All right, Peter, I didn't see that. Did you, if she's still here, did you make a video, Vegan Teacher, about the Pope dying and how it's a good thing? I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that, but no, it's probably not in good taste to do that. I think as far as someone just died. That's tragic or sad for many, especially their family and friends and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't want people to think vegans are vengeful, hateful people or anything like that. Not to say anyone is. I'm just saying it can give off that impression, mistaken impression. So let's I try to present myself as I want others to. If say, I try to think of it like this. Say I'm the first and only vegan someone has really had a conversation with or been exposed to on social media. I want them to come away thinking, hey, that vegan's pretty not weird. He's not totally crazy or anything. He's reasonable, seems like a decent person, good values and stuff like that. So that's what I try to put out there. So yeah, I try not to make videos that people would mistakenly say, oh, all you vegans are like that. You guys are mean or bad or non-compassionate towards humans or something like that. I don't want to give people any ammunition to say, well, therefore, I won't be vegan because of that guy or that person. All right, Peter. Well, thanks for sharing the link. Maybe I'll check that out later. Yeah, no, okay, you're listening on both, huh, Faye? Yeah, I noticed, yeah, I haven't been getting too many comments from the TikTok live stream, but who knows? Maybe that things will change if I do this consistently over time. I wasn't expecting to, like, take over TikTok on my first night out, on my first live stream. Let's see. Hi, someone just bought an ebook. Awesome. Mark, if you're watching, thanks for supporting us with an ebook purchase. Well, that's a good argument, vegan teacher, that if anyone who believes in an afterlife, it should be joyful when they die. I see the logic of that. Still, my point is, and you could totally disagree with me, is that the perception of a vegan rejoicing at another person's dying doesn't jive well with a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. People will use anything, any thing they could find that they believe or perceive to be wrong, immoral about a vegan or something like that, some thing they do that they don't like. People find any reason to dislike us and therefore not be vegan. I just don't want people to use that as an excuse. Well, I'm not going to be vegan because so-and-so said such and such about blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Whatever. Just that's my personal take. But you are free. As always, I never try to tell other vegan activists as to what their limits are as far as what they can and cannot do on their social media with regards to vegan activism. That's totally your freedom, and I'm not stepping on. I'm just telling you how I try to comport myself, how I want to project an image of, I said, some people, I might be the first vegan they get to listen to, and I want them to come away from experiencing me with a positive experience. I might say some things that are shocking, but I'm going to, not call them an asshole or anything like that. I'm saying, not to say you do or anything like that. I'm just saying, I'm going to, respond to the misinformation, show them the actual facts, and they can wrestle with that. Well, I wouldn't hang that on the Pope. She's saying, yeah, the Pope was offered, I heard about this, $1 million to become vegan, and he could have given it to any charity of his choice to refuse. I think a lot of people would refuse that. I think if you gave them $1 million, they might take it, but if it had to go to a charity, I think most of the human population wouldn't do that as well, unless they could pocket it somehow. So that sucks. I'm not trying to justify that, Katie, or anything like that. I think, yeah, he should have gone vegan anyway, but especially if he could have given $1 million to a charity of his choice. That sounds like a no-brainer. I wonder how long of a time period he would have to be eating a vegan diet for the money to be given to his charity. I wonder, maybe it was just too long for him to deal with. He couldn't imagine, oh man, I can't eat any meat or dairy for a year or something like that. He probably, a lot of non-vegans couldn't, have a hard time visualizing that. He's not alone in that. Let's see. What's that, Faye? You're excited for your friend's movie coming out. A44. Keep an eye out for it. Wow, what's this movie about? And if you're on TikTok, anyone, say hello. It's only on the TikTok live stream, so say hello to us here on my first TikTok live stream. I'm going both on TikTok and YouTube. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. Let's see how long I've been on. 1 hour 40. Let's see how the Lakers are doing. Oh, up by 2. Awesome. I guess I'll watch the second half. Probably when this live stream ends, it'll be halftime. Oh, Vegan Zombies movie. Yeah, totally. Yeah, thank you. Yes. I forgot the title of it. I just remember it being Vegan Zombies movie. I totally didn't remember the name. Maybe I didn't even know the name. Let's see. I'm not sure what's for dinner. Angie mentioned a couple things to me earlier. I forgot what they were, but they both sounded really good. So we'll see what we're going to have. She made us a salad today, like a bean salad. I think it's in Keep It Carb, baby. It was, she hadn't made it in a long time. It felt really old school. What's that? The Amazing Stoner Man. So what if we spam and troll? You want to know what happens if you spam and troll? Did you see the rules? Yeah, I guess that's why you're asking, huh? Let's look at the live stream rules. No spamming or trolling. I guess I didn't say what would happen. A number of things could happen. One, I'm not going to get triggered because I just don't get, shit like that. I don't take it personally or anything like that. I know a lot of people like to do that to try to, in an attempt to piss off the live stream. I have two moderators on right now and they have the complete freedom to do as they see fit. They could do any number of things. They could delete your comments. They can ban you. They could time you out. I don't know. I give them complete authority to make their own decisions as to what would be best in any situation. And I fully trust them to handle it and keep this live stream clean and just keeping the rules going, basically. And my rules, again, let's look at them. They're not really like hardcore. It's just being civil. Like, don't attack people. Don't be a sexist or racist or something like that. And then just don't spam a bunch of crap, So it's both. Don't spam and or troll. If you wanted clarification on the grammar, on the conjunction there, or is that what it is? The operator. I should have used and or together there. So anyway, yeah, no spamming, no trolling. No fucking around. Wow, that's a good one, Blood Rose. Do you think we'll ever see a vegan prime minister, president, pope, or monarch in our lifetime? I don't know. I mean, the odds are not that good. Let's just say at best, amongst say we're talking about Europe and United States, let's say at best, 4% of the population is vegan. That means, if you threw a dart at 100 people, the odds of you hitting a vegan are pretty slim. Your odds of hitting a non-vegan are greater, 96-4 is the ratio. So it's not that great, but it could happen. It totally could. It's not like a 0% chance or anything like that. It's just like a 4% chance. And if you allow for vegetarians, Varlish, you even have a greater chance. So maybe just hope to get at least a vegetarian at some point. Let's see, what's that Fillmore music? Get Ryan and his last out there, though, guys. Random pointing at a map is where they're going. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Are there burrito ideas in our cookbooks? I don't think there's any burritos, Uncle. Good question. I'm not recalling any burritos in the Happy Healthy Vegan or Keep It Carb books. Yeah, Cory Booker, I would take him over our current president any day of the week. I mean, hardcore, yeah, but he's a vegan too. So that would be great, But ain't going to happen for a little bit, at least. Farley, your last prime minister was Hindu, and they're highly plant-based. Yeah, they're usually Hindu and vegetarianism are not an uncommon pairing there. So yeah. Let's see. Stoner Man says, Woody Harrelson, a pothead vegan, straight white ex-guy, don't hate the man. Who's hating Woody Harrelson? I didn't see anyone hate on Woody Harrelson. Did she really, Peter? Vegan Teacher's video said the Pope is in hell. Thank goodness he's gone. Really? Are you here, Miss Katie? I think she left, but... Are you here? Seriously, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to just call you out right now. If Peter, or is what Peter's saying is true? Did you really make a video? Did you really make a video about the Pope dying and why he's in hell right now? And thank goodness he's gone again. Why? How does that help veganism? Really? How in the world does making a video like that push veganism forward, gaining more people, more traction, more followers, more people that think, oh, what the vegans are saying is cool. I can relate to it. I mean, I guess you'll get some people with that message, but How in the hell does that help veganism? Are you here? Now I'm a little triggered. I was trying to be cool at first, but now that you sent me that, like, how? How does that help the cause of having people give up on the idea of oops, yikes, wrong screen there. That was my TikTok. Hang on 1 second there. Let me go back to where I was going. How in the hell does that help people understand that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong when you're bagging on like a popular religious leader dying, kind of gloating about it, saying he's in hell? Now I'm a little pissed off. So please tell me why you found that would be, in your mind, a good video to help veganism. Please let me know. Unless you're not making vegan content anymore, maybe you're making more political commentary. I don't know, but now I'm a little angered, like I said, because that doesn't help. I think that just makes people more turned off against people like me. It makes my job that much fucking harder when people make these outrageous videos saying things that are outrageous, offending most of the world population. Then I come along and I'm not doing that shit, and people are already mad because they heard some vegan said some stuff like that. It makes it harder for me to do my thing. So why are you making my activism more difficult? Please. No, that doesn't mean I'm hiding vegan baldness. This means I just didn't have any time when I got out of the shower today to really do shit with my hair. Yeah, it's true, VLAM. Negative content, negative emotions travel faster, wider, quicker than speaking reasonable, logical stuff like I do. I guess so. It's like the Beyond Meat symbol. I got this from Beyond Meat. Yeah, a few years back at a vegan. It wasn't a vegan. It was a food expo, products expo west here. But yeah, I'm surprised I haven't worn it all this time. I guess, you know why? I haven't been a hat guy, a dad hat guy, until this year. Angie got me into caps. Actually, watching K-pop bands got me into caps. Like, they usually don't wear caps when they're performing and stuff, but when you see them, like, on their behind-the-scene videos, when they're not all decked out, looking perfect and stuff, they're just wearing hats or caps like I wear, you know, just being super incognito and chill. I go, hell, if those beautiful 20-something people can wear hats, and I can wear hats too, you know, and I'm not hiding anything other than my messed up hair right now, you know, it's here, but I just, you know, that's it. Yeah, Beyond's kind of pricey, Varlets, I hear you, but right now at our one of our market chains, at least, they had a 2-for-1 on the Beyond breakfast sausage, which is cool because it's really hard to find a good vegan breakfast sausage. Like, Morningstar makes a vegetarian one. Like, why, Morningstar? How stupid are you guys? But anyway, yeah, I got a 2-for-1 deal, so yeah, we're having that right now. Anyway, let's see, have I seen what she's been up to on the TikToks? No, but I actually need to see what's going on the TikToks. I haven't clicked back to my comments where I can see all the comments. I've just been on the normal YouTube. Okay, no one's commenting. If you're on TikTok, feel free to comment on my first TikTok live stream. But I'm definitely got more followers on YouTube because that's where people know I do this at. Okay, I'll check it out later, Peter. Thanks for pasting the links. You don't have to keep pasting. I'll just scroll back up and see what she's talking about. Or I just go to her channel. But yeah, from what you told me, that's not cool. Don't pick on people that recently died, especially if they're, you know, a religious figure or something like that. That's not helping veganism, you know? It's not helping veganism. You wear a trilby? What is a trilby? I don't know which one that is, Heidi. That sounds kind of gross. You've been commenting on TikTok. I'm not seeing your comments. Let me go back and take a look again. Why I'm missing stuff. Let's see. Huh. I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what's going on in the TikTok stream. I'm just figuring this out for the first time, how this all works. So, hello again from Austin. If you're still watching right now, S. Seagade, I'm still here. So, anyway, let me get back to my normal screen here. All right, why are my comments off here? 1 second. Yep, Uncle, you're right. The amount of energy and time needed to refute bullshit is an order of magnitude, like 10 times. And I did a video once where I timed it. It was greater than 10 times. Does that suck? Like, anyone could just spout off a bunch of bullshit really quickly. Say it takes them 1 minute to spout off a bunch of bullshit. To adequately respond to that 1 minute of bullshit, it takes at least 10 minutes, sometimes, yeah, more, 15 minutes to respond to 1 minute of bullshit. So the bullshitters kind of win this race because it's so easy just to spout off a bunch of bullshit. I guess I could start doing that, but I'm not a bullshitter, so it's kind of hard for me to do. Anyway, I'm starting to get a little hungry. I've been on almost 2 hours. Any questions for me, TikTok or YouTube, before I get going? And I can try to call my mom back, see if she handled that situation already or not. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Faye. You'll fill me up on some TikTok lore, some intense stuff. You have to be careful on some people on TikTok. I bet. You know, there's trippy people on, scary people on YouTube too, so if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I might not be getting some of the comments from TikTok. Maybe. Let me see how my thing's going here. 1 sec.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh, I got a super chat tip. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiger Shark 77. I don't think the speech to text thing's working tonight. I turned on my cloud bot. What the hell? Let me double check. I'm not sure why that's not working. I apologize. So I will be the speech to text. Oh, because you did it on YouTube. My bad. Yeah, okay, so let me read your comment though. Hi, Ryan. It says Mr. Tiger Shark 77. Happy Friday. Awesome channel. Love you and Angie's chill Kelly vibes. Hey, that's what we're trying to do here. To be chill, cool, and hopefully other people don't make the world think vegans are crazy, weird people or anything like that. Yeah, Uncle, I don't think my mom understands what I'm doing on Friday nights. She's called a few times before. She just doesn't understand. She doesn't understand the internet. So if I tell her I was doing a live stream, she doesn't know what that means. I might as well say I went to Planet ZBox 7. You know, it'll make just as much sense. Let's see. Let me just double check TikTok one more time. Make sure I'm not missing stuff. As you guys are saying, I probably might be. Yeah, I am missing comments there. I see Snicks asking, how long have I been vegan? Your husband has been vegan for 35 years. Awesome. No, I can't compete with that. Why am I not seeing the TikTok comments? I have this thing that merges the comments here. No, I've been vegan for 14 and a half years. So congrats on your husband being vegan so long. That's totally cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it was hard to be vegan 35 years ago. Are you sure he wasn't like vegetarian and then became vegan? Because really, it was very unpractical to be vegan until maybe like the 2000s at least. 2010 is when I went vegan finally. That by then it was kind of easy, and it's so much easier now as far as finding foods at the markets, foods in restaurants, and people not thinking you're crazy. They still do, but not as much as before. Let's see. I don't know what that reference was. Fulmar music. The Amazing Stonerman. Who SFO you define as trolls? I don't know. I haven't really called anyone a troll tonight or anything. So I'm not going to, I don't feel the need to give a definition of a troll right at this moment. I'm sorry if I'm making weird sounds here. I have a very sensitive microphone. I don't have that typical microphone that you see all the video podcasters have, the one that Joe Rogan has. Everyone thinks if you get into vidcasting or podcasting, you have to get a Shure SM7B, you know, or something like that. I don't have that. I mean, those are good mics. A lot of good music has been made on those mics, but I don't have one. I'm just using one of my studio condenser mics, great for voiceover. Got it for vocal sync recording, but I've just been using it for voiceover for years and years. Let's see. Haven't been using it for 35 years. 35 years though, Snicks, like your husband's been vegan that long. So anyway, let's see if we have any last second questions or comments. So we've missed AJ tonight. It hasn't been quite the same without AJ and Sarah / late model is their new name now. So hopefully you guys will be back soon. Hopefully you're just doing something fun tonight, AJ. So if you're watching later on, hello AJ, we missed you. And if you're watching later on to Sarah / late model, we missed you too. But yeah, Sarah let us know. Yeah, she's visiting family and friends, and she's away from where she normally is. And I think she said she wanted to try to have like a bit of a social media diet on this trip as well, which I can't blame you, but you'll be in the Bay Area, like one of the tech centers of the world, if not the. But anyway, if you want to do it there, totally cool. Wherever, I guess a vacation's a perfect time to you're changing your daily routines big time anyway. Might as well change up that much more if you want to take some time off the internet. Let's see. See if I'm missing any comments here. Family Fizz is a sweet vegan family channel. Never heard of them. Thanks for sharing that, Heidi. I don't know what you're talking about, Amazing Stoner Man, but let's just kind of chill out on that line. I'm gonna be going anyway soon. Okay, Snicks. Yeah, so your husband was vegetarian for 4 months. Let me see if I saw your new comment here. Yeah, it's not coming through anymore. What the hell? Freaking Streamlabs is failing me here. I'm not seeing the TikTok comments right now. Anyway, so yeah, was vegetarian for 4 months and then vegan for 35 years. That's awesome. It went vegan quite early. So big kudos to your husband for going vegan at a time when most of the world had not even heard the word vegan. I had never even heard the word vegan until 1993 or 4 or something like that. I heard vegetarian, but someone said, yeah, we're vegan, we're gonna go eat some vegan restaurant. What is that? How was I to know? Not too long after, a couple decades, I'd be a hardcore vegan, social media channel, YouTube and all that stuff. So anyway, Peter, there's so many weird people running the world right now. Hey, VLAM. Let's see. Yeah, I admire people who went vegan in their teens. So I wish I could have gone vegan in my teens. So, but anyway, yeah, better late than never. I'm glad I found it when I did. So I guess now's a great time to end the live stream. Yeah, Lakers about to go into halftime with a small lead. Hopefully they can hold on to that for halftime. And Angie and I need to collaborate on dinner because I'm starving. I went to the gym today. I didn't have the biggest breakfast and lunch, so I'm just ready to chow down. So let's see what kind of... I think a stir fry was one of the options for tonight. So we'll see if that happens. Yeah, too much time to get into the China study right now. You just can Google the China study. It's not like the be-all, end-all. A lot of people say, oh, veganism is not good because the China study isn't all that strong. It's just some general information that points you to other science and research that has come out since the old China study that strengthens the position of the China study. And I'll just show you some of the things just really quickly. There's the TikTok. Let's see. I don't know why I'm not seeing the stream in there. But anyway, oops, wrong place here. Wait, what was I going to show? Oh, health organizations from around the world who have reviewed the relevant scientific research, and it is clear that following a well-planned vegan diet is nutritionally adequate for all people. I'm still have yet to hear of a person I can't be vegan because of anyway. But yeah, the China study just pointed the direction for other researchers to follow up since then to show that vegan diets actually have some good health benefits. But yeah, veganism is not about health. I'm talking about vegan diets. Yeah, veganism is not about health. You can eat a shitty, unhealthy vegan diet if you want. Veganism, as we all know, let me get back to that browser tab, is all about, yikes. It's all about being against animal cruelty and exploitation. Yeah, like I said, if you want to be a junk food vegan, totally wrong button. Veganism debunked. I'm not advocating for a junk food vegan diet, but you're totally welcome and free and able to eat a junk food vegan diet. And be vegan. Again, it's all about being against animal cruelty and exploitation. So yeah, but I tell you, I'm older. I have no children to take care of me when I'm older. Me and Angie are gonna have to take care of ourselves for as long as we can. So for me, it makes a hell of a lot of sense to not only be vegan for the animals, but to eat a healthy vegan diet for me to help give me the greatest chances of having a long, healthy, productive life rather than being old and like not be able to get up or anything like that. And someone just bought another vegan co-leader shirt. Wow, we're kicking butt tonight. I think it's our fourth shirt, or one was a pullover, a hoodie thing. But yeah, 4 clothing items were bought tonight. So thank you guys. Yeah, totally, Peter. If you deep fry Oreos and coconut oil, you're still vegan. Totally. All right, Faye, I'm going to get going soon, too. Thanks for being with us. I agree with you, V. All these like 21-year-olds or 20-somethings, or teenagers even, but these 20-year-old influencers chasing the perfect diet, is a fool's errand. Unless they're like super ill, like on death's door. Maybe then you have to eat a perfectly planned, perfect, healthy diet, or else bad things will happen. But for most people trying to chase this perfect diet when they're already probably perfectly healthy, and there's no such thing as the perfect diet. There are ways to eat healthier as a vegan and ways to eat less healthy. So kind of a continuum, But anyway, let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if Angie's going to make another cookbook. She has been racking up some new recipes, like, I think jotting them down in her computer or iPad or whatever. So we'll see if eventually a new book comes out. And if so, it might just be electronic. I tell you, we're trying to sell the rest of our Happy Healthy Vegan cookbook. So whenever we finally move, it's not happening anytime soon, not going to happen this year. We won't be taking it. We're trying to move as minimally as possible, meaning don't bring as much crap with us as we possibly can. So yeah, that'd be a good way to slim down a little bit there. Not to say the books take up a lot of space, but anyway, hey, Parth, you came right at the end. I'm right about to get going. But you can spam all caps, Parth. Don't listen to my chat bot there. My chat bot is sometimes a bully and jerk. So anyway, guys, yeah, let's call it a night. Your cult leader is hungry and needs to go out Angie's doing and get ready to watch the second half of the Laker game. They're still nursing a 3-point lead into halftime, 1 minute left in the second quarter. So anyway, we'll see how that's going. Hopefully the Lakers will go up 2-1 tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. No hate to any Minnesota residents or Minnesota fans. All good, just fun sports. So anyway, are things stalling right now, like freezing? Let me check out the YouTube live really quick. Looks good to me right now, but anyway, I guess good time to get going. So what was I going to say? Next week, yeah, we'll do the same thing. Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully some of our regulars might be back. Maybe AJ and Sarah will be back. I'm glad V made it. I know V's been working a lot on Saturdays. Maybe one day we'll get Dr. Bear back too. So if you're watching Dr. Bear, we're still thinking about you. What else? And I think I have a video for next week. But if you do see anything that's interesting, you want me to check out, Peter, yeah, send it my way. You know how to send it to me. Not the vegan teacher thing, but any like anti-vegan saying a bunch of weird, stupid nonsense. Yeah, send it my way. If I don't do a response this coming week, I can do it the following week. But I think I have a good idea that Angie set me up with. A little stalling. Again, thanks for reminding me about the video issues. I'm going to double check that my stream is... that my computers are connected via Ethernet rather than Wi-Fi, because my Ethernet is like a really fast connection to the internet here. So make sure I'm getting all my money's worth as far as that goes. All right, guys. So thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the super chat tips from Tigershark77. It's now. And let's see. And K-Bird W74. Thank you so much for all the support, both the super chats, just you guys being here, being regulars, and seeing you week in, week out. I appreciate that sort of kind of regularity in life, and time for me to just chill out with you guys and take on any would-be anti-vegans that might randomly bop into the live stream. All right, guys. So, that's the plan next week. A response video, and make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification bar or bell hit, because Angie puts out more videos than I do via YouTube Shorts. So make sure you're seeing all of her beautiful, interesting content. It's totally different than what I do. She doesn't talk about like Paul Saladino and stuff like that, or Joe Rogan. That's my thing. I respond to the knuckleheads, and she puts out a more fun, beautiful, artistic version of what we do. So that's cool to have the two different personalities, the two different brains working together in the same goal. All right, guys. So I'll be back next Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Peter, for being here to keep all the would-be trolls gone. And thank you everyone who checked us out for my first stream ever on TikTok. Like I said, I'm just going to keep hitting the button that sends it out to both TikTok and YouTube at the same time, because why not, right? Like, what have I got to lose? All good. It doesn't really take my attention away from YouTube comments. In fact, they should all be in the same spot on my screen here, but I'll research why that wasn't perfect tonight. All right, guys, much love. I'm blabbering. I got to eat. I'll see you guys soon. Remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys next week. Bye. Much love.